Amy Pigeon here. Thanks for stopping by and welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. So today I'm going to show you about strobing. I don't get the big hype about strobing because it really is just another word for highlighting and highlighting without the contouring. It's a new trend in makeup right now. I don't understand why it's a trend because we've been highlighting for years and years and years, and I don't understand why you wouldn't contour as well, because that creates more shape to the face, unless of course you have absolutely perfect bone structure and contouring isn't required at all to change the shape of the face. If you don't, then strobing is probably not for you, but I do think it's a really pretty look for the summer, again, if you have that banging bone structure. It really bothers me when they, the beauty gurus or whoever it is on social media or Instagram that comes out with these things, calling them new trends when we've been highlighting for years. And even how highlighting and contouring has become a trend when I've been doing that since I was actually 10 years old when I first started getting into makeup. And I was no avant-garde trendsetter. That's just how you do makeup and how I was taught to do makeup. So I really don't think this is really that trendy. I mean, it is by the definition of a trend, but it's nothing new. We've been doing this forever. It's kind of fun for summer if you want a really nice, bright, glowy look without creating more shadows around your face. However, it doesn't shape the face as well as highlighting and contouring together does, especially if you have a big, round blob of a face like I do. You need the contouring to get more cheekbones in, to get rid of this action optically anyways, contouring your neckline your jawline to create more definition there and things like that. Again, with a rounder face, you probably want to contour the sides of your face to make it look a little bit longer and thinner and not as wide. If you have, a square face, you're going to want to be contouring along the edges up here and down here to make it look a little bit less square and more round. If you have a heart-shaped face, you might want to do a little contouring around your chin and in here to even out the more pointy features of your face. So I really find contouring is totally necessary if you need to reshape your face. If you have perfect bone structure, like some people out there do, not me, then strobing might be for you. I'm not totally minding how this looks on camera right now, but I have a nice flattering angle going on where my face looks shaped a bit nicer than it is. So I personally require and prefer contouring on myself with highlighting. But yeah, so this is what strobing's about. It's basically just highlighting the absolute bejesus out of your face, layering highlighters on top of each other. Layering a powder highlight on top of a cream highlight can really amp up that highlighting game a bit, because whenever you layer a powder on top of the cream, it just makes the saturation. Whenever you layer a powder on top of the cream, it just amps up the saturation and intensity big time on highlighting. So that's what I did today. I layered Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop from Becca Cosmetics on top of What's Up by Benefit, which is a cream, and that combination together is just incredible. I definitely want to do this with my contour, and I think that would be really bomb. So yeah, anyways, you know the drill. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and leave any requests for future tutorials you want to see in the comment box below. Without further ado, let's get into this strobing tutorial.
So starting with my skin moisturizer, I'm going to mix my MAC Skin Primer, which has a nice glow to it, with the Photofinish Primer by Smashbox, which has a nice bronzy glow to it, and I'm going to apply that all over my face for a nice smooth base for my foundation. Now I'm going to go a bit more heavy with my foundation. I'm going to shake the hell out of that shit because I'm using the MAC Studio Fix today, which is really, really thick. I forgot how thick this is in the bottle, and the reason I'm using this and going a bit more heavy full coverage is because we're going to be highlighting your face so much that if you use a dewy foundation with all that highlighting, you're just going to start to look like an oil slick. So I want something a little bit more matte today. Also, I find this foundation is just a tad bit too dark for me, so I like that when I'm doing strobing and not going to have the contour darkening up my face. I'd rather have a bit of a darker foundation to do that for me, given my usual foundation is like pure white. So without all that contouring, I would just look too white. Anyways, I'm going to beat the hell out of my face using a damp beauty blender and blend in all of that full coverage matte foundation. Now we're going to have a little bit of a dance break because this makes everything blend in better, and then add your concealer to your under eye area. Try not to add too much like I just did, but there you go. And I'm using the MAC Pro Longwear in the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW15 because I find that this just really brightens up the under eye area amazingly. And I'm just kind of adding it in a little bit in that triangle shape, so bringing it, or really concentrating it on the darkness or the dark areas under my eyes, and then blending it down over my cheekbone. And I love this concealer because I just find it brightens so nicely, and it's the best crease proof one out there that I've ever used. Now I'm going to go in with my Kryolan translucent powder and set the under eye area with that. If you want to go for a really heavy duty highlighting effect, you can bake the under eye area by basically pressing lots of powder into your fresh concealer with a sponge. But I'm not doing that today because I'm going to add freckles underneath, and that will kind of make the freckles look less natural if I do that. So now I'm just going to add fake freckles because we're trying to make this a nice, like, kind of dewy, natural look, even though we're using a matte foundation. So we're like faking dewiness to really, you know, oil slick proof yourself. We're just faking it rather than going full blown with the product. So I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in Taupe, and I'm using a little eyeliner brush here. This is probably not as fine as I would like. It's pointed at the end, so I kind of have to like put it against my skin and turn it around in circles to make the freckles more round. And I'm just going to focus those on my nose and spread them out along my cheeks from my nose, and then dab your finger on top if you go too heavy with it. And also make sure you don't go too natural because we're going to be adding all sorts of powders on top of this, so if you go too natural you'll completely lose them. So you want them a little bit heavy because we will be blending them into powder in a minute. So now I'm using my Morphe G8 brush and my Mineralize Skin Finish by MAC in medium deep, just to add a little bit of color to my face and to kind of set your foundation and blend those freckles in a bit. So I'm applying this all to the areas that you would bronze and contour your face, only I'm blowing it out a bit more and kind of blending it out throughout my entire face, because again, we're not trying to create any shadows here like with contouring. We're going for, you know, just highlighting and strobing. But I'm really doing this just because my face needs some color, otherwise it is way too pale. And I love the Mineralized Skin Finish because it's meant to replicate skin rather than like a warmer bronzing powder, which is too warm and can make you look like a little bit of an Oompa. So if you want to overall darken, I like this. Now I'm going on with my Mineralize blush in Petal Power. This is a beautiful peachy pink goldy glowing blush, and I'm focusing that using, again, the same G8 brush from Morphe on the apples of my cheeks and blowing it out along just underneath my cheekbones and above the areas we would normally contour to add that really nice kind of strobing glow and a flush of color. I also like to blend it out a little bit on my temples, my nose, and my chin. Now I'm going in with my cream highlighter from Benefit called What's Up, and I'm just going to use my finger as my tool, use the guide behavior, and tap that along my cheekbones. And the reason why we're using this is because if you layer a powder on top of a cream highlight, or on top of any cream product, it just intensifies the color and the shine and whatever you're going for a millionfold. So think about when you when you do a blackout smoky eye, how you use gel eyeliner base and then put black eyeshadow on top, how much blacker it makes your blackout smoky eye look. So that's what we're doing here with the highlight, using this cream product. So I'm just putting it all on my cheekbones, putting it on the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, along my cupid's bow, my chin, and my temples as well. So all of the highest points of your face that we usually highlight that we want to emphasize. Now going with a powder highlighter to up the amp of that highlight and set the cream highlight. I'm using Jaclyn Hill's Champagne Pop from Becca Cosmetics and a fan brush, and just putting it on all the same areas that we use that cream highlight. And be careful, guys, this is an intense highlighter if you're using this one, so go light with it. I mean, unless you want to be highlighted to the gods, then give her, but it's pretty intense. And I use some MAC Fix Plus or a setting spray to just really amplify that shine, because when you add wetness to it, it intensifies it tenfold.
So that's it for today, guys. So I hope you liked this tutorial on strobing. Nothing you haven't seen before, just highlighting without the contouring, as I said in the intro. But it is kind of fun and pretty and summery, and again, great if you got that perfect bone structure going on. So anyways, if you like this eye look, click on the link here. I'll take you to the tutorial for this eye look, and yeah, if you like the video, you know the drill. Be sure to give it a big old thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and leave any requests for future tutorials you want to see in the comment box below. Until next time, take care, guys.